This morning on today's real estate, promising numbers coming out of the housing market. If you're looking to take advantage of them, you probably start by searching on the web. There's so many sites out there, it is dizzying. And here to guide us to the best online tools for home buyers is CNBC's Nicole Lapin, host of Worldwide Exchange. Nicole, good morning. It's great to have you on.
Thank you.
Before we talk about these websites, I mean, mortgage rates are really dropping. There hasn't really been a time like this in a long time.
No, I mean, I wouldn't say it's a turnaround necessarily, but it's not the go-go days from before that homebuyer tax credit expired, and that, as you know, was on April 30th. But this glimmer of hope, this bright spot, Lester, is really these mortgage rates, and people are going to the traditional 15-rate fixed mortgages, 30-rate fixed mortgages. Those are at all-time lows right now. So I would say cautiously optimistic.
Where's the best place to go online if you're trying to shop for the best refinancing option or mortgage rates?
There are a couple of good sites. Mortgage.com is one. Bankrate.com is another one. I really like Zillow.com. You can plug and chug your numbers, Lester, so you can get a mortgage calculator on there so you can see what you can really afford before you actually go into the bank and talk to somebody, because they will actually give you the best rate and you don't have those fees.
Now, foreclosures, of course, are part of the problem that got us in this whole economic mess, but it's also an opportunity for some buyers. Is there a good place to find foreclosure properties?
You know, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for the first-time home buyer because, as you know, buying a house is not all financial. There is an emotional factor there. But if you can stomach it, realtytrack.com is a good site. Homesales.gov, the .gov part, it's run by the government, of course. So you can go on there, but I would say buyer beware, because the pictures you see on there sometimes isn't exactly what you get, because remember, these folks go in on occasion, they're ransacking the house,
little parting shot to the bank.
Exactly, former home
Something
buyers.
to keep in mind. I remember when the whole, the satellite imagery came out. Of course, the first thing you want to do is look at your home from space. But as you're going to point out, that's a great way to shop for property as well.
I'm not saying you necessarily have to spy on your neighbor, but it is a good way to go. If you're not in the neighborhood, if you can't drive over to this house, you can go and you can check out to see if there are pools in the area. That really brings up the home value of the comp. Also, how close homes are together. But check this out, Lester. All right, we found this house. Looks like a pretty good house from the website we saw, but if you zoom on in, all right?
Oh.
Hello, cemetery. I'm not passing judgment. If you want to live next to a cemetery or if you want to live next to a graveyard, that is your prerogative.
Quiet neighbors.
But it's better to know, right, before you put a down payment on that, Daddy.
Quiet neighbors. Some government sites that might be useful to hit if you're in the market?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you want to know all of the skeletons, right? No pun intended with the cemetery, but you also want to know the air quality. So airnow.gov is a good site. You can just type in your zip code, and it pops out not only the pollution for the day, but the trend. So you're going to want to know that. Yeah,
and schools are really important to people for obvious reasons. What site would you recommend to find out what the school situation is?
Greatschools.org is a good site. It's run by Bill and Melinda Gates, so it's a nonprofit. It's kind of like Princeton Review for schools. And this is not just for parents, Lester. Everybody needs to know if there are good schools in the area. Why? Good schools equal good resale.
Right. Nicole, good to have you on. Thanks so much for coming by. Appreciate it.